The E.S.S. Wellington, an Interstellar Tale by J.N. Wdowski. For your full enjoyment, be sure to read or listen to the end. Chapter 5, Blood Feud. 30 light years and 3 full jumps later, Dr. Kumar was in Mueller's office to report on the condition of the second group of survivors they had rescued from the destroyed world. Rogers the Fourth? She asked. Name the system after Ensign Rogers for picking up their television signals. It's in my log, so it is official. Mueller slightly smiled for the first time in days. More than 2 days had passed since the Wellington left the Rogers system. More importantly, it was the last time they had any contact with the alien Starship from the Holden system. He felt they may actually be in the clear. So how are our guests doing? The second group was critical when we picked them up. Some of the females and children are finally healthy enough to get out of sickbay. She did not sit, even though he offered her a seat. But he could sense there was a but. The females are refusing to join the first group of survivors in the storage bay we set up for them all. She slightly pouted. I would like to free up the beds in sickbay. I am not running a hotel. Please sit, doctor, he insisted again. I am getting a crick in my neck looking up at you. She pulled out a chair across the table from him and sat. We need to set up another cargo bay for the second group. There is clearly too much animosity between their peoples. Same species, but different ethnic and cultural groups, he confirmed. I didn't see any difference between them. At first, that is, she stated. There's a difference? Mueller had not spent any time with the aliens to have noticed. Slight. One group has the white fur under their chins and down the front part of their necks. The second group has a more yellowish fur under their chins and down the front part of their necks. You're joking? That's the difference? Mueller was losing his patience for this. Yes, Captain. There is also the fact they speak 2 different languages and they had just nuked each other, she explained. There is way too much hostility between them. I recommend we set up a second cargo bay for the second group of survivors. Best for them and the crew that we keep them separated. Don't they understand that they had been goaded to attack each other? He really didn't need this additional issue. I never told them, Dr. Kumar replied. I am just dealing with their malnutrition and radiation exposure. Their being underground helped them a lot. The doses were not dangerously high, but after nearly a year, it did have an effect on them. The first group shelter gave them much better protection, and they were further from the blast zones. So my plate was kind of full in dealing with that. I didn't have time to explain their planet's geopolitics. Mueller could feel her losing her patience with him. I get your point, Doctor. Do you think my explaining it to them would help? It couldn't hurt. She replied, I would recommend talking to both groups before letting them mingle with each other. Until you can deal with that, I recommend we use the fleet troopers to keep them away from each other. It is that serious? Yes, Captain. It is that serious. They clearly loathe each other. I think they did even before they wiped out each other's civilizations. I am not even sure you talking to them will magically wave away their hate and make them hold hands and sing their version of Kumbaya. I understand, Doctor. I'll see what I can do. Dr. Kumar stood. Thank you, Captain. 1 hour later, a firm double knock came to Mueller's office hatch. Enter. A fleet trooper entered escorting one of the alien males from the first group that were given accommodations in the emptied cargo bay. The leader of Group 1, Captain. The furry alien's eyes widened as he looked and sniffed out Mueller's office. His ears pointed at the trooper as he reported to Mueller. When Mueller replied to the trooper, his ears turned in the direction of the captain sitting on the other side of the small conference table in the tight office. That will be all, trooper. You can wait outside. Mueller looked over the foot-shorter alien to the trooper behind him. Aye, sir. The trooper did not salute. He exited and closed the hatch behind him. Please, take a seat. Mueller put his communicator on the table before him. The device translated, Kumoeto velo urov. The alien's face turned a bit annoyed. I ga la varumbane. The translator responded, I do not speak yellow. Mueller realizing he had set the communicator on the wrong language. Sorry, please take a seat. This time, the translator responded in the correct language, Vati. Renuvo wumu u vau. The alien smiled. and took a seat on the other side of the conference table. He said nothing and only continued to smile, exposing his sharp white teeth. He crossed his black raccoon hands on top of the table as his eyes and ears focused on Mueller. Cute little guy, Mueller thought to himself. Would you like something to drink or eat? The communicator translated, in the correct alien tongue of their world. I am fine. The communicator translated the male alien's response. Thank you. I am Leader Lufthansa of the White Chins. He pointed to his face with one finger. He then used his finger to point it into Mueller's face. Your name? Sorry again. I am Captain Richard Mueller. I am the leader of the Wellington, the ship you are on. Mueller smiled as he tilted his head slightly, hoping the communicator would translate without any glitches. Thank you, Captain Richard Mueller of the Wellington. Lufthansa's grin widened. Thank you, for all my people. You can just call me Captain or Mueller. Mueller corrected Lufthansa. Mueller. Please call me Luff. His eyes smiled at him. How may I help you, Mueller? Why is he not more disturbed? Mueller thought to himself. They are a pre-FTL species, yet he is acting as if he has had first contact before. Are we not the first alien race you have encountered? You do not seem fazed that you are sitting with an alien. Yes, Mueller. It is most interesting. We had assumed we were alone in the universe. Luff looked at Mueller more intensely, sniffing as he took in Mueller's personal scent. You have white hairs on your chin. I do. Mueller stroked his chin. Hairs. A sign I am getting older. Odd. Your hair chins were not always white? One of Luff's eyebrows lifted slightly. It was the first reaction from Luff that he was experiencing the unknown. Only our males can grow hair chins, and most only turn white when they reach my age. Mueller explained. I'm still amazed how well you are taking all of this in. You realize you are on board an alien interstellar ship? I understand. It is a story to tell the grandchildren over the winter fire. Luff remained oddly calm and pleasant. So I will ask again, Mueller, how can I help you? Mueller paused for a moment and finally decided to just say it bluntly. The yellow chins. I'm guessing that is what you call them. They did not strike your capital first. The mention of the yellow chins soured Luff's face, erasing completely his pleasant demure. He snarled, Those bastards did strike us first. No, Luff, they did not. All your capitals were struck by an alien race we call the Holdens. They are from a star system 20 light years from your home world. They hit all your capitals from high orbit, causing you to retaliate against each other. Mueller felt a bit uneasy at how quickly the cute alien had become so vicious with just the mention of the yellow chins. His raccoon claws scratched deeply into Mueller's conference table. This is not going well, he thought to himself. The doctor is right. I am going to have to keep them separated. One jump and 1 day later. Mueller was sitting at his desk updating his captain's log when 2 rapid knocks came to his office hatch door. Enter. Captain Basilone, Frost his XO, Dr. Kumar, and Commander Wolowitz entered. May we sit? Frost asked. Please do. Mueller was concerned. All of you here. I assume it is important. He looked at Captain Basilone. And my guess, it is related to our guests on board. Your troopers are keeping the 2 groups separate? Aye, sir. No problems. So far. Basilone responded, as he took a chair at the conference table. So far? Mueller didn't like the sound of his fleet troopers' commander's reply. 2 of the white chin males attempted to strike out on the second group when they knew they were on board, but my fleet troopers prevented them from doing so, Basilone reported. So what is the issue with our guests? Mueller asked. Their urine? Wolowitz of engineering replied. Their urine? Mueller questioned for elaboration. As you know, Captain, we repurpose our water waste in our water recovery system. The WRS. Yes, of course I know. What is your point, Commander? Mueller insisted. Well, our system can recover 98% of the water. Yet since these little critters have been taken on board, the system is only recovering 60%. Wolowitz explained. Why would that be? Mueller wanted answers, not more problems. Wolowitz looked to Dr. Kumar to answer. Their waste chemistry isn't compatible with ours. They excrete a high level of fluorinated nitrogen compound bound to heavy ionic salts. It seems the growth hormones of the children are a larger concentration, and the reproductive hormones of their females. The males do it too, but not at the same levels of their females, and especially their children. Dr. Kumar explained. Our recovery system cannot break it down. It is gumming up the system. Every cycle we lose more water into toxic bine. They are bleeding us dry of water, Wallowitz answered. Mueller directed his attention to his XO. Frost, will we have enough water at this rate to make it back to Telsur 3? Maybe, but it is tight, Commander Frost replied. Too tight? Mueller was feeling he was not reporting the full gravity of their situation. The children have a major thirst. I did not predict the fact that we cannot repurpose so much of their wastewaters and that their bine would clog our systems, Frost admitted. Sorry, Captain. It is not your fault, Frost. Dealing with the unknown is in the job description. Mueller took a moment to think. He then turned to Wallowitz. Can you clean out the filtering system? I can use the 3D printers to generate new filters, but replacing the filters will not replace the water we could not recover. Fresh filters will also not help in recovering any future water loss. As long as they are on board, we will lose too much water, especially their children, injected Dr. Kumar. Replacing the filters, we will still be losing more and more water, just not at a higher and higher rate of loss. Wallowitz continued. Well, we can't jettison their children. Mueller stated the obvious before turning his attention back to Frost. Isn't there an ice planet not far from where we are now? Aye, sir. The Medela system is 5 light years from our position. Medela 5 is an ice world. Water ice, Mueller wanted to be sure. Aye, Captain, according to light spectrum readings from Telsur 3's observational station. No ships or probes have been sent to the system due to them not having any Class T prime worlds in their Goldilocks zone. Although if Medela 5 was a bit closer to its sun, it would be a Class T prime world. 5 light years is not far, a small detour. Mueller opened his personal communicator. Mom Dingo, as soon as we are able to make our next jump, set course for Medela 5. He then looked at those at the conference table. I guess we're going for an ice run. Be sure to continue to Chapter 6, Ice Run.
To support the author, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.